Real life success stories are clearly visible for the students and the viewers who watch our vocabulary videos regularly, as well as the whole playlist that we have dedicated for it. You can see the comments as well as you can see it on our channel yourselves. It really helps you to improve a lot in the fill in the blanks questions, both drag and drop and drop down. And with the changes in the Australian immigration, now reading becomes much more crackable. So in this video, I'm going to give you 40 most repeated vocabulary words that have been appearing in the exam for this month for both fill in the blanks type of questions in the reading module. Like and subscribe and let's watch it right till the end. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. I hope you all are doing great. So the good news that came with the Australian immigration requirements, especially for the reading module, which is often challenging for many of you, that requirements for the 79 plus score has now been reduced to 70 for a superior English requirement. But that does not mean that the questions will become easier. The questions, levels, difficulties, everything will remain simple. We will also be having a look at some of the exam questions in this video itself. But vocabulary is a key enabler for you to be successful in the exam. That is for sure. If you are not familiar with the vocabulary that appears in the exam, this is the video. There is a playlist, and if you want to get the complete list, we do offer two types of membership plan on our YouTube channel. One is the priority, which will give you all the latest questions, whereas we also offer VIP plan where you get the vocabulary list for this reading module, spelling list for the listening and writing module, then the templates, then the grammar ebooks, and also prediction files, which is the latest exam questions, and some exclusive access to videos as well. And at the same time, we do offer live classes as well, portal access, all these benefits included in our live classes as well. So if you are struggling with the entire course, you do WhatsApp us or Telegram us, and then our team will be able to help you. You attend the live classes directly with me. So let's start looking at the 40 vocabulary words that have been repeated in this particular month and often appearing. So this will be having some of the repeated words from the past, and one of the words, the first one itself, leisure, I saw it getting repeated in the listening fill in the blanks question as well. So now what they have started is, earlier they were using the same words in different blanks questions, but now they are mixing it up as well. Some from listening fill in the blanks will appear in the reading section, and some from reading will appear in the listening. So both spelling and vocabulary becomes very, very important for you. That's why we have the playlist dedicated to spellings and vocabulary. So if you are preparing for the exam or planning to take the exam very soon, watch at least last 6 months of those videos and be thorough. Definitely many of them will be repeated, as you have seen the comments on our channel, or some of them can appear here as well. You can see that many get the same spellings, or even if you don't get it, you will know how to understand the spellings, the words. The first one, leisure. It means free time, and it is a noun. Collocation, how to use the word, is also important. That is what you will get in the VIP plan vocabulary list. Not just the word types, the meanings, their collocation, and also preposition based collocation, which is heavily used in the fill in the blanks drop down questions. So that is very, very helpful thing that you can have for your preparation. Leisure activities, or at leisure. This is very common use. So this is the prepositional use of leisure. I am at leisure, at liberty. Second one, hordes, means large crowd, large group of people. Collectively, they are called as hordes. Okay, it is a noun again. So often used with hordes of people or hordes of tourists, suggesting there are too many. The third one is novices, like the levels that you have: beginner, advanced, expert. So novices is the first one. Beginner level, novice, amateur, synonyms. So noun, novice at something, not in something, at something, or you can say it with novice people, novice users, novice editors, whatever you want to say. Okay, so the next one is equivocal. Equivocal means not very clearly, open to suggestions or open to remarks. So that is kind of ambiguous, which is not very clear. So how do we use it? Equivocal response, neither this side nor that side. So I'm still confused what he wanted to say, like that. In that aspect, you can use it. Equivocal response, equivocal results, nothing conclusive, ambiguous, not clear. The next one is a common form of or a pattern of noun, discretion. Discretion means careful judgment or whatever choices you make. So it is used as a noun, discretion. At discretion is the correct usage. At one's discretion or with discretion. Do the job with discretion. That's how these two prepositions are commonly used with discretion. The next one is insights. Insights mean deeper understanding, whatever we find out from the research or from the experiments that scientists or whatever they conduct, they get new insights. So new insights is used often together. Valuable insights is also a collocation. Or you can say insightful info in the adjective form as well. So that's what it means, deep understanding. It is in the noun form. Insightful will be in the adjective form. The next one is accumulated. Now, with ed words, you need to be careful. They can be used as verbs or adjectives as well, like accumulated wealth. In that case, it is an adjective. Whereas if I say, I have accumulated the wealth, so I'm using it as an action. So then it becomes the verb. So whatever you have gathered over a period of time, that is what accumulate means. So that's what I say when I ask you to view the videos from the last 6 months. You will accumulate all the knowledge collectively together. So accumulated data, accumulated experience, this is how it is used. The next one is irrelevant. Irrelevant means something not related, something that's not required. So it is adjective, something irrelevant to the topic or completely irrelevant. So for example, I've told you about the speaking module many times that unless you have a very high pitch or a very low pitch, the range that people talk about, making a fuss out of everything, that is irrelevant and not directly checked in the exam. The next one is hoisted. Hoisted like a flag post. So you lifting something, hoisted a flag, lifted the flag. So that's how it is used, hoisted the flag or hoisted up, always upward. The next one is amusement. Amusement means amuse. You know the meaning of amuse means humor or entertain. So in the noun form, it becomes amusement. Again, a common form of noun ending with ment, meaning entertainment, something that's enjoyable. That's what. So how do we use this word? Something is for our amusement or with amusement. For and with are the two prepositions that are often used with this word. Okay, so we have learned about 10 new words. For some of you, it will be new. For some of you, it's a refresher. Let's look at the next 10 and see how clear you are still. Ambiguous, similar to what we saw in the previous. Equivocal, something not very clear, open to interpretation. These are synonyms as well, adjective. Ambiguous statement, ambiguous meaning, ambiguous essay, ambiguous conclusion, anything that is not very clear. Envisage, this is a repeat word. I have seen this word long time back and this has again come up in another question, meaning imagine or foresee, see in the future. So envisage a future or envisage a solution. The next one is decorated. Again, ed word, verb and adjective. Okay, decorated soldiers as an adjective or something that you are making more attractive, then it becomes a verb. So decorated with or beautifully decorated. So these are commonly used, or you can also use it with as an adjective. People who have been awarded, especially in the military service, we call them as decorated soldiers. Okay, the next one, I put some simple words as well, but I wanted to bring your focus to this. Now in some of the questions I observed, these however and but are given for the same option. Now they have exactly the same meaning and the same purpose, to indicate contrasting behavior, contrast indicator. Okay, so it can be used as adjective or conjunction, but if you see both of them in the same question or same option in the drop down one, you can eliminate both of them because only one of them can be true. Next one, thus and therefore. Again, I saw similar question with both of these options, exactly the same meaning. Thus, therefore, hence, same meaning, which indicates ending or a conclusion, a result. So if you see both of them in the same answer options, eliminate both of them. That is a new trick that I'm sharing with you. So this is how we use. Thus, we conclude. Therefore, she left, or therefore we can say that. That's how, ending statements. And however, but I already told you, you talk about when you contrast something, but be careful with however. Mostly it has a comma after that. The next one is divergences, plural. It's a noun, means differences, diverge, diversification. All the words, they derive from the same word. Differences, variations, different types of things. So divergences in opinion or significant divergences. or diverging pathways if you're using it in the ing form as an adjective. Next one is diet and food. Okay, now this also appeared in one of the question and people get confused. Should I choose food? Should I choose diet? So food, what is eaten, but diet is something, it is a collection of food that you have regularly. So what we use is actually healthy diet and nutritious food. Okay, that's how the difference is. The question was related to snake eating eggs and their diet consumed mainly of eggs. The answer options were these two. So egg itself is not a food, or eggs can be any different types of reptiles or birds, anything. So collectively that total thing is a diet, not just one food. Okay, this one, augment, again a repeat word. Augment means increase something. Augmented reality means virtual enhancement of the virtual reality. Making something greater, this is a verb because you're doing an action, augmenting something. Augment income, increase the income. Augment the effect, like in the VR classes, you see augmented reality because it enhances. Reckon means think. It's a very common word in Australia. People don't say I think this is the reason. They say I reckon this is the reason. So it's a very common word here, but it means the same, thinking or believing. And you are suggesting an action here. I reckon, I think. So that becomes a verb. Reckon that, or I reckon so. So that's how it is used. The next one is trajectory. Trajectory is like a flight path, course. Not just for the flight, can be for anything. Career trajectory, how your career is shaping up or down. So that's a trajectory. Or trajectory of a missile. That's also can be used. Even for a ball, if you throw, it will have a trajectory. Alright, the ups and downs basically. The third list, conceal. It's an easy word if you know it. Conceal means hide. It's an action, verb. Concealing. Concealment is in the noun form. So conceal from, very, very commonly used, or conceal plus noun, conceal something. The next one is spanned. Spanned, like span of time. Extension, a range. That's what, extended across, spanned across. So you are talking about a range. Spanned decades. The bridge, something spanned. The river, the entire river. The next one is disproportionate. This is an adjective. You're talking about disproportion. Proportion is something like balanced. Disproportionate is adding negativity to it and it becomes unbalanced. So dis, un, in, if these prefixes are used in front of any word, then the meaning changes to opposite. Like balanced and unbalanced, equal, unequal, proportionate, disproportionate, discipline, indiscipline, like that. So disproportionate amount or disproportionate impact. These are the common usages. The next one is fascinating. Fascinating, something very amusing, very interesting, marvelous. So adjective, of course, you are describing something even in the ing form. Fascinating story, or find it fascinating. I find it fascinating. Again, you are describing it, so it is still an adjective. Or if you use it as a verb, this story fascinates me every time. So it's an action there. Fascinates me every time I listen to it. Stimulate, of course, it's a verb. Stimulation is a noun. Stimulate means encourage or activate, provoke, not in the negative way. So it's a verb. Stimulate the brain, often used with brain, stimulate the brain or stimulate growth. There is another word, simulate, with no T there. Don't get confused with that. Simulate means simulation, something you are just mimicking, a copy. Like for the planes, they have a simulation for the pilots to practice before they actually fly the correct plane. Okay, the next one is province. Province is region, province of some place, an area. So it's a noun definitely. In the province of is used, or rural province, urban province, like that also can be used. Implication, it's a noun ending with shun. Implication means consequence or effects. How do we use it? Implication of, very, very commonly used. Implication of something, the policy or whatever, or has serious implication. Serious is adjective and you see the noun here. So this has very serious implications. If you don't improve your vocabulary, then it may have some serious implications on your exam scores. The next one is subsequent, which what comes after, following. So you understood the word implications, but subsequently, if you practice the vocabulary, then you can definitely improve your score or stimulate your growth, like that, elevate, hoist up your scores. See all the words that we have learned here, you should be able to use them as well. So the next one, subsequent, we talk about subsequent events that happen one after the other. Subsequent chapter, anything in continuation, whatever you want to talk about. The next one is preoccupation, noun form. Preoccupation means obsession, deep passion, concern. So preoccupation, I'm preoccupied in something. Preoccupation with safety, preoccupation with is used, or you can use a combination of adjective and noun. Major preoccupation. Okay, the last one in this batch is disgust, means strongly dislike. Okay, disgusting in the ing form can also be used as adjective. Something is disgusting. Okay, but this suggests strong dislike. Feel disgust or express disgust. That's how you use these words. If in the ing form, it will have a different form. Disgusted, disgusting. Okay, the next set of words, the last set of words before we actually do some exam questions and try to use the learnings of this video to solve the real exam questions easily with the help of grammar and some with the help of vocabulary as well, or both together. You'll see the magic works shortly. The first one is exclusion. Exclusion ending with shun, again a noun form. Again, see, I'm talking about several shortcut patterns. If you haven't seen that video where I made a collective list for all nouns, adjectives, adverbs, how you can recognize it just by looking at the word, please go and watch that. The thumbnail is displayed here. We will also put the link in the description. Okay, so exclusion, how it is used is, it is an act of leaving out something, exclude something, exclusion in the noun form. Social exclusion or exclusion from, very commonly used, exclusion from something, not, or exclusion by can also be used sometimes. The next one is outstrip, surpassing something, exceed something. You have outstripped my expectations. So exceeded the expectations. So see, same example, outstrip expectations, outstrip competitors. The next one is encroach. It's a verb. Encroach means somewhere you are not allowed to go, but there also you are going. Intruding, intrusion, invading someone's space, encroaching the space. So encroach on territory, very commonly used, or encroach upon, on and upon are used. Comprehension, again noun. Comprehension is really important for your reading scores because it means understanding. Whatever you read, you are comprehending means you are understanding that. So reading comprehension, there you go, or beyond comprehension. Something is beyond understanding, beyond comprehension. Stereotype. Okay, stereotype is a noun talking about oversimplified idea. Okay, so gender stereotype, cultural stereotype. So there are several meanings to stereotype, okay, but something that is not very usual, but oversimplification of an idea. Okay, this is a new word which we saw, and this was not an answer, but I still put it here so that when you see it, you don't confuse it as an answer, or you should know the meaning. The next one is manifest. Manifest means display, like a flight manifest is a noun. Over here, what we are showing you is verb form. Manifest, manifesting an idea. So manifest, clearly manifest in behavior, but in the noun form it can be manifestation. So again, same meaning but different word forms and different usages as well. The next one is imitate. It's a very common word. Copy, an action, verb. So imitate someone, imitate a behavior, very commonly used with these two. The next one is contributory, again an adjective. Just by looking at the last words, it means helping or adding a hand to something. Contributory factors or factor, contributory role. The second last one is evident. Evident means obvious or clear, which is adjective. Evident. So you have seen the comments of the viewers who have managed to pass the exam just by watching my videos, especially the vocabulary videos, the grammar videos, and the overall reading strategies what I share with you. So it is quite evident That's what I'm saying. Evident means obvious, it is clear, evident from the data, and we do have the data to prove that. More evident than before, more clear than before. And the last one is volatile, something that is unstable, changeable. Okay, the chemicals that can easily catch fire, we call them as volatile chemicals. So volatile market, emotionally volatile, or volatile chemicals, all these are the usages for volatile. So we have covered the 40 words for you, the most recent one, the most repeated ones, and now we'll do the exam questions. And I'm quite sure this time you will be able to get a grasp of how to solve the question. As I said before, grammar will also help, vocabulary will also help. Small passage, 5 blanks. Research is a progress of investigation leading to new dash effectively. Now what do we see? Adjective here, adverb here. What do we need here? Noun. Research is a process of investigation leading to. So because adjectives describe the noun, so adjectives mostly come before the noun. So we need a noun. How many nouns do you see here? Discipline is a noun, experts, novices, discretion, purpose can be a noun, result, and insights. Many nouns here. Okay, new. What are we doing? Research is a process. Research. I told you in this video itself. When we do research, we investigate, we find new things, new insights. That's exactly the answer. So the first answer is insights. The second one, students have the right to be taught by acknowledged dash. See, by acknowledged, there is already a verb here, taught by someone. Okay, you always get taught by someone, not by a verb. So that is suggesting to you that this particular word, ed word, is used as an adjective here, not as a verb. If it says it is acknowledged by something, then it is talking about an action. But over here, as an adjective, see, you will be able to see what I'm trying to show you. So we need a noun here. By acknowledged dash in their field. Sorry, I missed the second blank. I came to the third blank straight away. So let's do this. We'll go back to the second one. Students have right to be taught by acknowledged dash in their field. So we already know in their field is also giving us a hint, a grammatical cue or hint that is provided to you. Only used with plural things, plural nouns. So what we need here is a plural noun. Now how many plural nouns do we have? Experts, novices, insights we already used. So only these two can fit. And by meaning, we need experts here. Novices means beginners, starters. They can't be tutors at university. Okay, so that becomes your third answer, sorry. Second answer, we come back to this, and is central to the dash of any university. Now again, an article can only be used as a noun, with a noun, sorry. So over here, we are expecting a noun. Now we've already consumed two nouns, the discipline of the university, the discretion of the university, the purpose or result. So if you understand the reasoning behind the passage, it is telling you that this is primary, central to the purpose of any university. Why the universities are created. So that is the purpose, aim, objective, all those words will fit here. Third one we have already done. The fourth one, which requires that staff members operate at the most advanced level appropriate to their dash and dash. See, now another grammar thing is here, consistency. When we use words like conjunctions and, both the sides will have to be exactly the same type of word and exactly in the same form. So whether it's singular, both will be singular. If it is plural, both will be plural unless you add more articles. So if I say I have many laptops and pen, I can't use that. I have to say many laptops and pens. If I want to use singular pen, then I will say I have many laptops and a pen. Article, indefinite article, a or an. Over here we don't see any article, so we need something that fits on both the sides. And check the meaning as well. So this is a noun. Again, this side also we need a noun. How many nouns do we have left? The novices, discretion, discipline, and result. 4 of them left. So which requires that staff members operate at the most advanced level appropriate to their dash and level. Guys, discipline does not mean obedience and discipline. Discipline can also mean educational streams, medical discipline, engineering discipline, or something else, arts, commerce. All those are called as disciplines, and that is the answer here. So if you did not know that word can also be used like this, you should know it now. The next one, research is therefore crucial to a dash student. Now see again, article is used here, but I already see a noun here. What will come here? An adjective. Only an adjective is allowed in front of a noun. So how many adjectives do you see? Equivocal and positive. Only two adjectives. Now equivocal, we know something that is unclear. So research is therefore crucial to unclear. And equivocal is not following this. If it had to be an equivocal student. So it is already starting with a vowel. It needs an and. Only positive can fit here. So that becomes your fifth answer. Okay. So you see, grammar and vocabulary collectively has to be used to give you the perfect score. Let's do another question. A small one. The dash decades of an artist's life do not generally make the biographer's heart beat faster. But Claude Monet is one of a handful painters who buck the pattern of an dash old age. He had, okay, let's try to do the grammar first. Had, verb 3, we all know that, right? And then pattern of an is their article, indefinite article, so something that starts with a vowel should be used here. And old age, this is already part of the noun and adjective, so we can only expect an adjective starting with any vowel, A, E, I, O, U. And over here, the dash decades, this is an article, decades is already noun, so again we need an adjective here. Now let's solve the problem. So you see, accumulated, inspired, irrelevant, closing, ing and ed words can also be used as adjectives, so they are not really verbs here, but only two ed words. We need one verb 3 as well. So he had, what it is talking about the life of this guy, the Claude Monet, and while it's true, but by the time he was 73, he had dash. Over a period of time, what you do is you accumulate. So that becomes your third answer. Easy. The first one, and it is talking about this guy's old age. So it can't be early, eliminated. So it has to be close to his old age, or close to when he expires. So that becomes the first answer. And what becomes the second one? Now we have only two options remaining, and both can be adjective. This is definitely adjective. Ed words can also be used as adjective. Now, pattern of an inspired old age or irrelevant old age, because his heart was still beating faster than many people. So it is irrelevant that he was old at that time, but he was still making big bucks and he was very, very active. So that's how meaning and grammar can help you collectively to solve or get 5 out of 5, 6 out of 6, whatever the number of blanks is, doesn't matter, you will get full out of full. So if you still haven't started watching the vocabulary and the spelling series, please go and watch that. The link is also available here. And if you are looking for the membership plans, the link is given in the description as well as on our channel. And these are the benefits that you get in priority only prediction files with the latest exam questions, and VIP vocabulary list, spelling list, prediction file, template, grammar ebook, exclusive access to videos, multiple things, of course. And then there is live class. We also provide live class with full app access with all these features. Everything given to you, vocabulary, spellings, everything, portal access, great AI feedbacks as well. Now you have seen a glimpse of how we give the evaluation for different types of scores. That's how good it is. So it is aimed to guide you and train you the best possible way. In the meantime, if you haven't watched the video that we talked about the vocabulary and the spelling word list, and the latest grammar video as well that we published is followed by many people now and very, very successful. So go and watch it and keep watching Edutrainex. I'll soon be back with another super informative video on PD topics. See you soon.